morning, everybody. Here we are again at our morning exercise class. So today we will be working on strength, so you will need your bands and your weights. Don't forget your water bottle. So if you don't have those things handy, go ahead and take a second run and get those and come on back. First, before we get into our strength, though, we want to get the body warmed up a little bit. So let's sit up nice and tall in our chair, pull those tummies in, and let's take it into a little light march. Just getting those bodies warmed up, ready to work. Remember, as always, take it at your own pace. If you need to take a break at any time, please feel free to do so. It's okay. Let's march that a little wider. Let's march it in again. Let's make it out and in, out, and in, out, in. We're going to go 2 more right there. Last one, back to march it. Let's slow this down and take those knees up. Way up tall, and start to swing those arms. Opposite arm and leg. Get those knees way up. You've got it. Looking good. Nice job. 4, 3, 2, let's pump those heels up. Up. Big push, big push. Let's pass that ball right and left. Pass right and left. 2 more. Last one, let's dribble. Nice job. Turning from the waist, sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders back, head up. For 4, 3, back to easy march. We're going to set those heels forward. Take it right and left and push. Let's take those arms out and in, out and in, out and in. Lovely. And let's take that a little higher. Wherever your range of motion happens to be is okay. And take it low again. Let's take it high. Starting to get a little bit warm here. Getting that heart rate up. Take it low. Take it high. Let's take it low. And back to march. Beautiful. You got it. 4, 3, 2, and done. Boom. All right, so sit to stands. Option 1 to help you up here. Option 2, option 3. Any way that you go, we want to be sure we're up tall with that torso. Head stays up, looking ahead of us. So here we go up. Setting those hips back first. Finding the chair with your hips and buttock muscles. And 2. And 3. Nice job. But as always, if you need to stop and rest for a moment, sit a couple out, it's okay. Join in again when you're ready. Mini breaks are always allowed, as we need. I think that was about 5 maybe. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go to an even dozen. I think that's perfect. 10. Last 2, guys, you got it. 11. And 12. Perfect job. Lovely. All right, so round 2 for our sit to stands. Option 4 is in there, which is carrying your weight. So option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4 is picking up your weights. Again, don't have to. If you need to put the weights down at any time and go down to option 1, 2, or 3, please feel free to do so. That's okay too. Build yourself up that way by doing a few that are a little more challenging and then dropping back down again to an easier level. That's perfectly fine to do it that way. So here we go. Up. Lovely. 2. Looking good. 3, you got it. 4, 5, 6. Hey, we're halfway done. 8. Perfect. Keep those heads up, guys. Leaning back with those hips. What do we got? 2 more, I think, maybe? I know, my counting has always been suspect, right? 1 more. And rest. Very nice. Good job. Okay, so let's work into an upper body. So we're going to do our rowing. So 1 or 2 weights. I'm going to show you the seated and then also the standing. So up to you. If you're seated, it looks like this. Notice that I'm moving from my shoulder. My elbow is coming up to the ceiling. My back is flat. I have a nice flat spine. And breathing, exhale. Perfect. Getting that elbow up. Hold those tummies in. Keep that gaze ahead of you. Oh, I don't know, maybe a few feet ahead down onto the floor so that you're keeping your head nice and neutral. Breathing, exhale with that effort. Blow it out. Let's go 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1. All right. Side number 2. So you can switch, come over here for side 2. I'm going to show you the standing this time. So if you would prefer to do this standing, please feel free to do so. Don't have to though, if you want to stay with the seated. Either one is good. Here we go. We do need a little bit more of our, using our body as a support when we're standing though. It works a little bit more on that. When we're seated, we do have the support of the chair underneath of us a little bit more. So this is a slight step up to come to standing. Getting those elbows up towards the ceiling. Nice, and breathing, exhale, keeping our gaze ahead of us onto the floor, couple 3 feet. And breathing, exhale with that effort, drawing that elbow up towards the ceiling. Nice job. Looking good. Here we go. 8 more. 7, 6, 5. Last 4. We can do it. 3, 2, and done. Perfect, perfect. Let's set that weight on down. And while we're standing, we're going to go ahead and work on the side of our hip here, side of the hip and buttocks. So standing up nice and tall, using your chair or wall, something like that for support, a counter if you're close to a counter where you are, it's all good. And toes come forward. So it's not about how high up we're taking that leg. That's really not the focus. The focus is that we're squeezing right down the side of that leg. Squeezing through here. Squeezing through here. And of course, as always, we're standing nice and tall. Our tummies are in, our shoulders are down and back. And we're smiling because we're having so much fun. Yeah, we are. Trust me, you're having fun. Okay, here we go. 8 more. 7, 6, 5. Last 4. We got this. 3, 2, and done. Woo, shake it out. Aren't you glad we only have 2 sides? Yeah, for sure. All right, so let me show you how you could do this seated if you really were so inclined, kind of sitting here slightly backwards and taking the leg out and in. We want to make sure we don't have too small of an angle here because then that totally takes working that muscle away. So you can do it that way. If you prefer, I'm going to move my chair over this way a little bit and come over to our second leg. So standing up nice and tall, shoulders down the back, taking that leg out to the side. Remembering it's not about trying to get that leg all the way up to the ceiling. No, it's about using these muscles here. And in fact, the more that you try to get that leg up high, the more that you're probably not using the correct muscles. Seriously. All right. Doing great. Keep it going. Nice and tall. Tummy's in. Pull that belly button back to the spine. Very good. We've got it. Excellent. Here we go. 8 more. 7, 6, 5. You've got this. Come on. 4 more. You can do it. 3, 2, and done. Woo-wee. Yeah. Lovely. Shake it out a little bit. All right. So let's go ahead and come on back down to seated position and use a nice sit to stand motion to get back down again. And let's grab our band and we'll do an upper body with our band. So we're going to take this band and get it right up underneath of the armpits. Sitting up nice and tall, taking the weight out, taking the band out right from the shoulders. Thumbs are up to the ceiling. And you know what? If you like, you can even alternate it. Makes it a little bit less resistance there because you're taking a rest on one side while the other side is working. So that's perfectly okay. If you like to do that for starts, it's been a while since you've been to class, that might not be a bad idea. We don't want to overdo it straight off. And my band is slipping down. There we go. Yes, feel free to adjust as needed with your equipment. Here we go. 8 more. And 7, 6, and 5. Last 4. You can do it. 3, 2, and 1. Woo, lovely. Very nice. Good job. Yeah. All right, so let's do one more for the upper body, for the chest, and then we're going to work it into shoulders also. So this time we're going to start out with our thumbs facing each other, our palms are down. I'm going to punch straight across. So it's a little more at an angle this time than what it was with the other one. The other one was straight from the shoulders. This one is more of an angled movement. Now we can take it up a little higher if we like to. Don't have to. Again, if that is uncomfortable on your arm or your shoulder, on your hand, please feel free to keep it low. It's all right. We do want to try to get that arm as straight as possible. So that's our working towards. Now, if we like to target shoulders a little bit more, we can bring that band right beside our ear, straight up, straight up, straight up. Working a little bit more into that shoulder. Should be feeling this in the top of your arm, in the shoulder, right there, where the arm comes into the shoulder socket. Probably right about there is where you're going to feel it most. And breathing. Exhale with that effort. Let's go 2 more each side. Last one each side. And we are done with that one. Perfect. All right. So while we're here and we have our band, let's take it and put it right up underneath of our thighs. So on this one, we keep the feet together and the knees come apart. So we're going to take it and cross it over. So we have it crossed right at our thighs. The more you cinch up on this, the more resistance you have, The more that you pull the legs apart, the more resistance you have. So again, it's very adjustable by you depending on what it is that you need to do for today. So noticing my feet are staying together and I'm pulling my knees apart. Knees apart. And we're just holding that band down there, just anchoring it right there on our thighs. So if I don't want so much resistance, I can take the legs out not quite so much. Or maybe I want more resistance. I'm going to really take them apart. So should be feeling this down and through the side part of the buttock muscle. And we're sitting up nice and tall. Our tummies are in. Our shoulders are down the back. Our head stays up. Lovely. Looking good. You've got it. Let's go 8 more. And 7, 6, 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and done. Lovely. Right through there, right? Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go ahead and take and put our band on down. And we are going to come up for another leg exercise. Let's stand up with our nice sit to stand movement. And we are going to work on the hamstring, the back of the leg here. So on this one, we want to keep the inner thighs together. Knees are together, and we're going to kick that heel up. Kick that heel up. And we're standing nice and tall. Tummies are in. Kick that heel up. Kick that heel up. And breathing. Exhaling with the effort. Should be feeling this in the back of the thigh right here through that hamstring muscle. Hopefully that is where you're feeling it. And exhaling with that effort. Shoulders down the back. And breathing. Looking good. 8 more. And 7, 6, 5. You've got this. 4 more. 3, 2, and done. Perfect. Okay. Ooh, shake it out a little. All right, so on to leg number 2. Same thing. So standing straight and tall, inner thighs together, knees together, and kicking that heel up. Kicking that heel up. Tightening those muscles on the leg that you're standing on as well. That is your support. Our arm or that is just on the leg, lightly resting on the chair, just for some balance help. We're not really using it to keep us upright. We're using our own posture muscles to keep ourselves upright. Yes, we are. All right. Y'all are awesome. Keep it going. Let's go 8 more. And 7, 6, 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and done. Ooh, lovely. Very good. Ooh. Shake it out a little bit. Nice work. Okay. Let's work on to our biceps now. So we're going to be using 2 weights, 1 for each hand. You can remain standing or go to seated, either way that works best for you. Turning the palms facing towards the front, right towards me, and then we're going to lift those arms up. Right from the elbow down, so that, again, the top part of the arm is isolated into the torso. So the only thing that's moving is that lower part from the elbow down. Top part's not going anywhere. Good job. And breathing. Exhale. You've got it. Looking good. Nice and slow. Make sure that momentum isn't taking over on you. Keep it slow so you know that those muscles are doing the work. Yes. Perfect. Looking good. And here we go, just a few more. One more each side. And done. Very good. Excellent job. Excellent, excellent. All right, let's go ahead and set our weights on down. And we're going to come back up to standing if you sat down using your nice sit to stand movement. And now we're going to work more onto the gluteals and low back. So let me scooch this over a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. So on this one now, we're tightening our buttock muscle and lifting our leg off the floor. So again, it's a pretty small movement. We're not trying to kick that leg up to the ceiling at all. We're tightening the buttock muscles to bring that leg up. Tighten the buttock muscle. Tighten those buttock muscles. And standing up nice and tall. And again, this is just here for some help with balance. We're being really careful that we're not leaning all over it and using it to hold us up. How you doing? Hanging in there okay? I'm sure you are. Here we go. 8 more. And 7, 6, 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and done. Very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and change to the other side. So same thing, getting our posture going, nice and straight and tall, and bringing that heel back. And again, it's not a big movement. It's pretty small, and we're keeping that knee straight on this one. It's not locked out straight, but we want to keep it straight. Should be feeling this in the buttock muscle on that side of the leg that you're working. That's what you should be feeling. And breathing, exhale. Good job. You got it. Almost there. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and done. Woo! Excellent job. Shake it out a little bit. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a quick water break. So grab your water bottle, grab a sip. And we'll carry on here in a moment. Take a moment, take a couple breaths, have a little water. At any time, if you do need to stop for water and I haven't cued you to do that, please feel free to go ahead, stop and get some water as needed. Don't necessarily have to wait for me to stop and tell you to do that. Take it when you need it. All right, so now let's work on that tricep muscle, that back of the upper arm. So we are going to do our chair push-ups. I know, these are the toughies. So gripping onto your chair, however it feels the best. And from here, we're going to push our hips up. Push our hips up. Push our hips up. So we're seated, and then we push against the chair with our hand. Push against the chair with our hand. Push against the chair with our hands. So I'm taking my arms to bring myself up out of the chair. Push myself up. Push myself up. Push myself up. But we're not coming up all the way. So you might come up slightly off of the chair. Again, it kind of depends on how tall your chair is. My chair is kind of tall, so this is not really working extremely well for me. All right, here we go. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Nice job. Woohoo. All right. If that wasn't real visible for you to see what I was doing, I'm going to do it on the side again. See if I can maneuver it to the side so you can see how my arm is going. It's straightening and then bending, straightening and bending. If that helped, if you really couldn't see what I was doing. Okay, so now we are going to do another tricep set. This time we're going to use one weight, 1 or 2 weights. You can remain seated or come to standing. So if you're seated, it's going to be similar to that, what we did when we were doing the row, like so. Our back is nice and flat, but we're only moving, notice this time, from the elbow down. That top part of the arm isn't going anywhere. So if we're standing, it's going to look like this. So really make sure you've got that top part of the arm glued in. Should be feeling this in the tricep muscle, in the back of the upper arm. That's where we want to be feeling this one. And breathing. Exhale with that effort. Looking good. Keep it going. Nice work. Oh yeah, especially after that first one, we're feeling this. Come on, we can do 4 more. I'm sure we can. 3, 2, last 1. Woo, got that tricep going. All right, so let's come on over to side number 2. And let me move this over again a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. Make sure that you don't have your weights hanging out so that you step on them and have an accident too. That would be important. So either bracing here on the back, on the seat of the chair, or we can even do it on the back of the chair. That's fine too. Somewhere here on the back works. So just somewhere there. And a little bit of a staggered stance. That takes pressure off of the low back when you take that stagger stance. So not a bad idea to do that. And breathing, exhaling with that effort. Looking good. You got it. Almost there. We can do it. Just a few more. If you do need to stop and rest, go for it. It's okay. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and done. Perfect job. Woo. All right. Felt that one up that back of the arm, huh? Okay, let's put our weight on down. And we're going to do some calf raises. So on our calf raise, we want to think about being straight and tall. So we're going to engage those muscles in the back of the body, holding our tummy in so that we don't let ourselves bend at the waist. So you want to keep our shoulders back, coming up onto those toes. And again, whatever we're holding onto is just there for a little balance help. We're not really relying on it to hold our body up. Now, can you do these seated? Yeah, you sure can. You can do them seated. That's okay too. So straight and tall, coming way up onto those toes, way up onto those toes, making sure that you're feeling all the toes connecting to the floor. We want to be sure we're not letting our feet roll in or out. So we want to kind of push that big toe down to make sure we're not letting our body roll to the side. Let's do a little bit faster. Perfect. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Nice job. Whew. All right, so now let's work on the shin muscle. the front part, the lower part here. So, same thing, we want to still be nice and straight and tall, and then pick those toes up. Pick those toes up. Pick those toes up. We do want to be standing straight and tall, engaging those muscles in the back of the body. Very good. Keep it going. You're doing awesome. These exercises help us with our mobility of our ankle joints, which are important, of course, for walking. And that's where we start, our feet, and then it comes through our ankles, the stepping from the floor. So very important to keep those ankles good and strong and nice and flexible too. So we'll be doing our flexibility work for those a little later. All right, let's go 4 more, and 3, and 2, and done. Woo, yeah, shake it out a little bit. Lovely. All right, so now let's go ahead and work onto our inner thighs. So on this one, we're going to take and kick across the body. Kick across, kick across. So we should be feeling it here through our inner thigh area as we kick across. So be cautious that you're not letting the hip turn. We don't want to have it go like that where the hip turns. No, we want to be working from that joint here and kick up and kick up. So you notice on this one, my heel is turned in a little bit. My toes are turned out on this one. And we're breathing, exhale with that effort. Let's go 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And done. Whew, very nice. Okay, side number 2. Here we go. Straight and tall, tummy's in. And let's kick that heel across and across. Doesn't have to be coming up real high. We just want to focus on using these muscles here and the inside of the leg. So, and you might find when we do these exercises that are one leg at a time, one arm at a time, that one of the sides feels as though it's easier than the other one. And that's very normal. Most of us are not quite as symmetrical as we might think we are. Lots of reasons for that, but yeah, so it's good to work on that side that isn't quite as strong, right? Build it up to match the other side. So we can always do a few extra on that side too as well. All right, here we go. Last 4, 3, 2, and done. Oh, very, very good. Perfect. All righty, so let's go ahead and do our mini lunge forwards. Let me move this over just a tad. Move my stuff out of the way. So we're going to do our step forwards. So find to use your wall, counter, your chair as you step forward and back. Step forward and back. Doesn't have to be real big, and just a slight bend, but what we want to do now is pretend that we have to get up and over something. So we want to really raise that leg on up. Get that leg up. Use these muscles here in that front of the leg. Use those muscles in that front of the leg. Bring that leg up. Get that knee up. Kick it up. Yes. Good. Let's go 4 more on this side. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Perfect. Okay. Side number 2. Here we go. So same thing. We want to really pick that leg up. And if you're more comfortable moving from side to side on your chair, please feel free to do that to make sure that you're feeling as though you're good and secure It's just I'm constrained here with my room and the space that I have and being able to make sure that the camera catches me each time. So, but you move where you need to move. So get the leg up. Get that leg up and up. Good job. 4 more. 3, 2, and done. Woo, very nice. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and start to work on our waistline a little bit. So let's grab our weights. And we do want to make sure we're bending our knees if we're taking them off the floor, right? So setting our hips back, bringing up our weights close to our bodies. Can you do this sitting in the chair? Yeah, you sure can. You can do it sitting in the chair, absolutely. So here we go, right down the side. So noticing that I have my shoulders back, I'm scooting that weight down the side of the leg. If you prefer to use not even any weight at all, that's fine too. Just go ahead and set those weights down on the floor. No harm done there. And breathing. Working on that waistline, working down that side of the body. Perfect. Keeping those shoulders back. And breathing. You've got it. Looking good. Almost there. One more time each way. And done. Perfect. Very nice. All right, so next of all, let's go ahead and come on back down to seated. Using our nice sit to stand muscles. And we're going to take our weights and hold them in and twist from our waist. So if you notice, the weights aren't going anywhere. I'm holding them in the center, and you can even do this without any weights at all, or just using one weight if the 2 weights feels a little bit more than you want to go for. Moving right from the belly button. It's like your belly button has eyes and you're trying to have the belly button look over that leg. Get that belly button looking over that leg. And of course we're sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders back, head up, tummy's in. Very good. Almost there. Let's take 1 more each side. And done. Perfect. Okay. Let's set our weights on down. And from here, we're going to start concentrating on doing some abdominal work. Well, that was also, but yes, a little bit more abdominal work. So on our next one, we are going to sit up nice and tall, taking our hands back. If you're holding on your head, think more about just holding the hands there and not pulling on the neck. We never want to do that. So good to go here if you feel like that's what you're doing, or even here. And we're going to tip forward and come up. Come forward and up. So think about tightening the tummy in and up. Tighten the tummy in and up. Tighten the tummy in and up. Good job. Pull that belly button in and then straighten it up. Pull the belly button in and straighten up. And we can just hold the arms here. This works also. Pull the belly button up. Pull the belly button up. Let's go 4 more. and 3. Last 2. And done. Okay, nice work. So now we're going to sit right towards the edge of the chair, leaning our upper body back. And I want you to think about that there's a string on your belly button and somebody is pulling it up to the ceiling. So it doesn't look like that where we're sagged all in. It looks like this, where we're lifting our chest up. We're flat through our back. And then we're going to raise our legs up, focusing on taking the leg muscles out of the work and using our tummy muscles to bring that leg up. If we like a little bit more resistance, we can take that leg a little straighter. Don't have to. Stay with the leg knee bent. Shorter lever, not as challenging as the long lever. So up to you. And 4, 3, 2, and done. Very good. Bring the legs on in. All right, we're going to go back to that same positioning again. Slightly back. We're going to take our heels forward, our toes under. Heels forward, toes under. Heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes. Keep that belly button up. Somebody's pulling that string, making that belly button stay up. Stop and rest if you have to. It's okay. This is a toughie. 4 more. 3, 2, done. Woo! Perfect job. Very, very good. All right, so now let's go ahead and do our one last big finish here. This is it. You can do it. So leaning slightly back, we're going to bring our legs up and we're going to bicycle. And bicycle. Again, don't let everything sag. Hold that belly button up. Oh, you can do it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, done. You did it. Awesome job. All right, let's go ahead and stretch everything out a little bit and let our bodies relax. It'll feel good to do that. Oh yeah, it will, for sure. All righty, so heel down, toes up. Let's stretch through that back of the leg, leaning slightly forward. Again, we want to lean from the waist. We don't want to duck in. We want to keep the chest tall, our head up, looking past our toes. So look way past your toes. And come up. Let's take that to the other side. Same thing. Heel down, toes up, hinging from the hips. Look past your toes. And coming up, one leg comes up off the floor, and we're slowly going to rotate those ankles round, loosening up that ankle joint. So this is giving our ankle joints nice mobility to be able to move as we walk. And round the other way. Holding in the center, we're going to draw those toes way back towards our nose. So great big flex. And then a great big point. And again, a great big flex. Draw those toes way to your nose. And a great big point. Good. Okay, other side. Here we go. Rotating the ankle around. So we want to try to hold the rest of the leg real still so it's not moving. And around the other direction. Holding in the center, let's draw those toes towards our nose. Great big flex. And then a great big point. And a great big flex. And a great big point. And taking that leg down, let's take one leg, bringing that right up here. Our calf muscle, our ankle right at the thigh. Sitting up tall. If you want more stretch, we can come forward just a little bit, and that does take that stretch a little bit deeper through the side of the hip and buttock. Don't have to though if that does not feel comfortable. Stay tall. And let's take that to the other side. Same thing. Sitting up nice and tall. And again, if we want a little bit more, we can bring ourselves forward slightly to get that little bit deeper stretch. If we need it. If you don't want that deeper stretch, if it doesn't feel good, feels too much, just stay up tall. Perfectly fine. Nice breaths in and out though. Just let the muscles relax. Very good. Okay, let's go back to that first one. We're going to take our arm, draw it through the leg, and then we're going to draw that knee right to the opposite shoulder. This hand is going to come behind us. We're going to sit up nice and tall and look over that shoulder. And coming back to center, let's take that to the other side. You feel like a pretzel yet? Coming here, arm through, straight and tall, twisting back, looking over that shoulder. And back to center. Nice. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and work on stretching through our low back a little bit more. So hands here on our thighs. Now this time we are going to round the belly button in and come down the legs. If you want to stay up tall, that's fine right here. If you want to take it a little deeper, can take those hands down the leg, even all the way down to the floor, to the foot or the floor. Think about pulling the belly button up to the ceiling here and tucking that tailbone under slightly to get that good stretch right through that low back. And a little inner thigh stretch. If you press your top of your arm against those thighs slightly, it's going to stretch those inner thighs some also. And let's bring ourselves right back up to straight seated, nice and tall, and circle those shoulders. Circle those shoulders. Ah, nice breaths in. Use that oxygen to fuel those muscles. Very good. And let's reverse it round the other way. Round the other way. Loosen up those shoulders a little bit. Loosen up those upper backs. Loosen up those chest muscles. And a couple more times round. And relax. Let's tap that arm across. It's okay to keep that low if you're getting enough stretch through this side here. If you want a little bit more, we can bring it up and help it across a little bit. That will give a little deeper stretch. So if that's not appropriate for your body for today, it's okay. Just stay with what we did on that first go around of just holding the hand there. And let's take it to the other side again, starting here. If you want more, bring it up and over a little bit more. So again, entirely up to you where you want it. And back to the center. Let's bring that one arm down the back. And again, we can stay here if you're getting that stretch kind of right through here. If you want a little bit more, we can give it a little push from the front or even pull from behind. Either way. If you do it this way, you are getting some stretch here through this shoulder too as well. But up to you. You know what your body needs better than anybody. let's take it to the other side. Same thing, getting that arm over. The other one can come up. And getting that nice stretch through that tricep muscle that we work so hard in the back of the upper arm, and then a little bit on the shoulder of that one that is behind us. And back through the center. Let's take one arm forward, palm down, drawing those fingers back. If we'd like a little bit more, we can pull back on those fingers and give that wrist, forearm a little bit more stretch. Again, if that is not good for your arm or hand today, fingers today, it's okay just to hold the hand there. And then come up. Same thing, we can add that little extra pressure to it, but don't have to. And other side, same thing. And just nice breaths in and out, just letting that body relax. And taking it on up. And back to the center. Let's circle those wrists round. Circle them round. And circle them around the other way. And now let's stop in the center and make a great big fist. And then open the fingers up, roll wide as you can get them. And then squeeze those fingers. And then open wide as you can get them. Let's do the same thing with our toes. Squeeze your toes and your fingers. And now open your toes up and your fingers up as wide as they go. And again, let's squeeze those toes. And then open toes and fingers real wide. And then wiggle toes, wiggle fingers. Feels kind of good, doesn't it? Yeah, next time take shoes off, right? That might even feel better. Okay, wonderful. Let's take our arms out to the side. Our thumbs are facing up. We're going to bring our arms up to as high as we can for us. Face our palms in and then push the floor. Again, thumbs come up, looking up towards the ceiling slightly. And then pushing the floor. Let's take that one more time. Thumbs come up, opening our chest up to the ceiling. And bring your arms down. Now let's push the back wall and lift the chest up real tall. So really think about bringing the rib cage up to the ceiling. Nice breaths in and out here. And then drawing the hands together, lacing the fingers together, and round your back towards me. And sitting up nice and tall, pushing the back of the room. And then bringing the arms together and round your back to me. One more time, here we go. Sit up nice and tall. And bring those arms together and bring your arms right to me. And coming back to the center, arms come out to the side, and give yourselves a great big hand. Awesome job, everybody. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I look forward to having you in person soon, hopefully. You never know, right? We just don't know. But anyway, do keep tuning in and do your thing. It's good for you. You're doing something positive for your body, mind, and spirit when you do this exercise. So keep it going. Keep it going. You're doing a really good thing for yourself. So take care of yourselves. I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.